Which should you get? Hello, I'm Claire Smith. Welcome to my channel. So today I've got a video on which of the Angel flankers is for you. I mean, maybe you don't need either. Maybe you're satisfied with your perfume choices. That's fine too. I'm not encouraging consumerism. But I really love the original Angel, and I understand that a lot of people don't love this and it's not for them. And maybe I think some people prefer the EDT, which is a little bit lighter, a little bit fruitier. But if you don't get on with Angel EDP, which this one is, or even the EDT, the flankers might be for you because they really are quite separate and distinct fragrances. So I'm just going to go through what I think about the flankers that I have. So I got Eau Croisiere for Christmas 2020, and I also got Angel Nova for my birthday. So I've got two to discuss today. So the first one that I got was Eau Croisiere 2020. So Croisiere means cruise, and this was also released in 2019 in a slightly different format. So the bottle is a slightly different colour. So the bottle is more like a sunset colour, sort of from orange to red, whereas this one's kind of green, blue and red. And also I think the 2019 version had mango in it, and it's supposed to be a little bit less sweet than this version. So I say I got this one for Christmas, but actually I bought this with money that I got for Christmas. So I did actually choose it, but I hadn't actually smelt it. But I haven't tried the 2019 version. I remember when I was trying to decide which one of these two to get, I watched a lot of review videos comparing the two. It's kind of 50-50 between which one people prefer. And when I was looking to purchase these, I noticed that the 2019 version had pretty much disappeared. I was a bit late to the party, so my choice was really limited to the 2020 unless I wanted to pay over £100 on eBay for a second-hand bottle. Eau Croisiere 2020, if you're in the UK, you can get it for less than £30 at the moment. So if you are interested, it's not an expensive fragrance to be purchasing. So what about the fragrance itself? So this one is, as it kind of reflected by its name really, it's very much like you're on a cruise. It's quite tropical smelling. It does have a fig note in this, which to my nose can quite often come off as really quite different fruits. So sometimes I feel like it's quite a green kind of rind of a pineapple. Sometimes I feel like it's like a mango kind of scent. Other times I feel like it's a freshly cut coconut from a tree that I'm just about to drink the juice out of. It's very different at different times. Also get different things in the dry down. So I sometimes smell very strongly the magnolia note in this, and then other times I have smelt like almost something that smells like dulce de leche, sort of a really kind of sweet toffee kind of caramel smell on my skin after it's been on for a long time. I think this fragrance is really long lasting for an EDT. I'm really impressed by the longevity on my skin. I can get at least 6-8 hours, maybe more from this fragrance without, even trying to overspray or applying moisturizer to make it last, etc. I really feel like this fragrance does remind me of like a tropical drink. It's sort of, the one that it really reminds me of most is a pina colada, but it's really not like a pina colada per se, because it's not got that really strong coconutty vibe. It's more like a more pineapple kind of pina colada to me. This perfume also really reminds me of two other fragrances in my collection. So I think the one that it reminds me most of, I think just because of that kind of fig connection, is Womanity. And I think that's really because of the fig note, but Womanity is a lot less sweet than Eau Croisiere is. And the other one that it reminds me of is this one. So this is Kenzo World. So this has a peony note in it, and it also has red berries. And I think it's that combination of the floral fruity that really reminds me of Eau Croisiere. So I really like Eau Croisiere, but I really feel like if I mixed other fragrances in my collection together and layered them, I could really get something quite similar to Eau Croisiere, or at least quite close. So I feel like if I first of all put on Bonbon and then layered a bit of Womanity over the top of it, I would get something reasonably similar to Eau Croisiere. I don't think really Eau Croisiere has such a massive patchouli vibe at all. I think if you don't like patchouli, there's no reason to avoid Eau Croisiere 2020. I would really recommend this fragrance for the summer. I think it's not so sweet or heavy that it's not good for the summer. I think it's really nicely balanced fragrance. So I think Mugler's idea behind this fragrance was that it should be exotic, exuberant, colourful and playful, and I think it definitely achieves those kind of feelings for sure. So yeah, I've really enjoyed this one and I would recommend it. I feel like you can definitely have this one and other Angel flankers and even Angel itself in your collection. There's not really that much overlap between the different Angels for me. So the second flanker that I've been given is Angel Nova. So Angel Nova came out last year, I think, and it's just a very kind of bright and happy fragrance. I don't think this is a fragrance for a serious situation at all. I feel like it's a very casual kind of feeling fragrance. And I think that's because of the really kind of zingy feeling that it has. It feels very fun, it feels very exuberant, it feels very almost childlike to me, this fragrance. It's been compared to both Delina and to Escada perfumes. I have not smelled either of those, but yeah, I mean, I think that Delina is supposed to have a very kind of sour opening, isn't it, with the rhubarb? So maybe that's what people are kind of drawing comparisons with, and I think they do have a perfumer in common, although I think the other perfumers that worked on this were Sonia Constant and Louise Turner, so not entirely Quentin Biche's baby, this one. So this is kind of a very sharp, sour, fruity, tingly kind of perfume. It has raspberry and lychee notes in the top, and then damask rose in the middle, and then akigala wood, which is kind of a light kind of patchouli kind of scent in the dry down, along with some benzoin, so there's just a bit of warmth there. And those notes really do tell you everything you need to know about how this smells. So the Mugler perfume line claimed that they wanted to create something that mixed both dream, fantasy and reality, and I think they really have achieved this. I think, you know, this does feel otherworldly, as much as fragrances like Alien do. It doesn't smell natural in the slightest to me. It feels like it's a fluorescent rose that's been doused in some kind of, I don't know, sparkling drink. You know, something really, really artificial, like, you know, like a can of pop that's from the 70s, full of artificial flavourings. It's kind of childhood joy to me, this fragrance. I remember trying the samples. I remember not being impressed initially. I remember thinking, oh, this is really loud and the notes are really jarring and it's really, I feel like it's badly done and I'm not sure I like this. And I think by the time I got to the end of my 1.5ml sample, I was just in love with it. I just couldn't get enough of it. I think that on clothing this lasts for probably, you know, weeks or months, because I did spray this one on a jacket when I first got the sample and I could still smell it after at least a month. So on clothing, very long lasting fragrance. And this is a light coloured fragrance. I'm really not fussed if I have to spray it on clothing to make it last. But even on skin, I can sometimes catch a whiff of it occasionally after 6 or 7 hours. I think this is just a really bright, optimistic feeling fragrance. I think this is really what everybody wanted and needed in 2020. And for sure, I think it's going to do well in 2021. So that's Angel Nova. So out of the two flankers, which do you think that you would be interested in? You know, are you kind of like a bright, optimistic kind of person who wants something fun and childlike? Or do you want something that's like a holiday style fragrance that's kind of a little bit deeper, a little bit more creamy, perhaps feels more like tropical? Then if so, then this one's for you. I think with both of these perfumes, if you do have a problem with patchouli, you're not going to have a problem with either of these fragrances. There's not really any kind of dirty patchouli kind of feeling from these for me. I know that I have read some reviews on Eau Croisiere 2020 where people have said that the patchouli bothers them, but to my nose I don't get that kind of dirty patchouli kind of smell, which I do get with Angel, to be fair. I think also you could probably kind of layer some of these to make them a little bit deeper if you wanted. If you did want some patchouli action in one of these, you could definitely do that. I feel like they would go well together. So which one do I like better? Well, I can't really say really. I really do enjoy both of them. I will be wearing both of them this spring, summer. I do see that this one to me feels very, very different. I don't feel like I could recreate this perfume from perfumes already in my collection, whereas I do feel like I could recreate Eau Croisiere from perfumes in my collection. So that is a point towards Angel Nova, but I do also really love Eau Croisiere. So thank you for watching, and please let me know if you have one or both of these perfumes and which one do you prefer and which you think that is going to be the one that you'll be wearing most in 2021. So if you've enjoyed the video, please press the like button and please consider subscribing, because I do a lot of perfume videos and I'd really like to have a chat with you in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!